I'm just thankful to be in this position. First and foremost, I want to thank Neil for having that patience and that trust in me. I want to thank Mr. Allen for, as I sent in the email, taking a chance on a 6'3" skinny kid from Lehigh University and being patient as I was hurt early on. I was breaking fingers and not consistent with my performance, but I was consistent with my work ethic throughout. So I want to thank you guys first and foremost. I'm thankful for the opportunity and looking forward to building something special with this young core group of guys we have. I think we're going to be very good. We have a lot of work ethic, a lot of guys who are unproven, had 1 year of success, and looking forward to continuing to have success and continuing to kind of build a lasting legacy in the NBA. And I think that's the type of attitude all our players have, starting with Dame, a guy who's come from a small school, who's earned everything he's received, and looks forward to kind of continuing to build and continuing to win.
CJ, after a breakout season, now signing this big contract, what will motivate you? What will drive you moving forward now?
I think for me, the biggest thing is just continuing to strive for greatness. I think that's kind of my mindset. I want to continue to get better. I know there's a lot of areas I can improve on. Haven't only played, I played 80 regular season games. This is my first full season of understanding, scouting reports, understanding that I'm actually on the scouting report now instead of, being the guy you kind of, he's the backup and he can shoot. Like, that's kind of how the scouting report went for a lot of teams. So understanding now that the role's going to increase, the pressure's going to increase, and I look forward to the challenge to continue to represent my last name to the best of my abilities, represent, coming from a small school, continue to try to keep that pipeline open for the next guy that plays like CJ McCollum and might have been undersized or not had a position in college.
CJ, you talked about, both you and Dame, always about being the underdogs. And how do you keep that attitude now when you've got a $100 million contract?
No, that's a good question. I think it's how you're wired. I think the money is circumstantial. It doesn't change you. It changes a lot of times the people around you. It puts them in better position to succeed. It allows you to buy things you need and want. It allows you to kind of uplift people who need help. But for me, I already have money. Like, I'm already in a good situation. Obviously, I don't have generational wealth, but I'm already in the top 2%. So now I move up to the 1%. But from the standpoint of basketball, this is what we love to do. This is what we played for free all our lives, and a lot of guys would play for free at this point just because of what the game means to them. You look at rec centers, you look at, old man leagues. They're playing, barely getting up and down the court, but they love the game, and that's the kind of passion I have for the game. And I think I told the story about a little kid coming to the game and be able to see you play for the first time. You want to impact his life, and you want him to leave the gym saying, wow, CJ goes hard, he cares about the game, he loves basketball.
Now that you've got that contract and that longevity here, does that make you think, hey, now I've got to step up a little bit about on the leadership side?
I think from a leadership standpoint, you don't just, he got paid, he's a leader now. I think you just have to continue to be who you are, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be myself. When I see something, I think something should be said, I'm going to say it, not because I just signed for $100 million, but because I think that's the right thing to say. I think leaders are born. It's you develop as a leader. You don't just appoint somebody like, leader now. So for me, it's just going to be continuing to build off what I've done up to this point. Like, when it's time to lead, I'll lead. When it's time to follow, I'll follow. But there's not a rule or a saying that where, he signed for 75, so he's the third leader. Like, no, I just go hoop, and I'm not afraid to take advice from Luis, who's, no offense, towards the bottom of the depth chart right now. But I'll listen to anyone if it can help me.